Welcome, everyone. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. For those of you who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet or having a conversation with, my name is Jaime Morales. I'm from the United States. I live in California, and I've dedicated the last 24 years to be professional. My first 5.5 years, I was with a service company. Then I went on to really achieve my first levels of success that were significant with the company that was called Monavi. That's where I met my mentor, and to this very day, he is still my mentor. After that, I became the vice president of a coffee company, and in 2015, I was invited to a meeting at 10 p.m. where they talked for the first time to me about blockchain and Bitcoin. Now, I didn't jump on right away, but I did start doing some research right away. And my wife and I actually jumped on just like 3 weeks later, and we started buying crypto. In 2017, we had an amazing run. We made a lot of money, and we also saw a lot of money go to waste. You know, it was crypto, and the crypto platforms are pretty new, so they were popping up everywhere like popcorn, and you were just trying to catch them all like Pokemon. And unfortunately, most of them didn't survive 2017. But I was lucky or fortunate or blessed enough to catch two different companies that went on to be in the marketplace for over 4 years. And in both of those companies, I can tell you that the very beginning was not the easiest. The very beginning was right after a loss, a change, or something. And I needed to start virtually from scratch, even though I do have trusted team members that I can always count on to back me up when we make a decision as a team. Today, we're going to talk about UPcapital. I see this as my next 4 year, 5 year run. And I'm looking for business partners that can see themselves in one company for 4 to 5 years. Most people, they don't have that type of attention span, right? TikTok has ruined us because now we can't sit still for more than 15 seconds. We want to go to the next one. And for a lot of networkers, that's exactly what's hurting them. You know, not being able to lock in, not being able to stay put, go through the storms, go through the winds, go through the BS, go through all of the hardship that every single company in network marketing is going through at the present moment. Whether it's a traditional consumption type company like a product company or a service company or a digital company, every single company has its thing, right? They have their good things and they have some things that you would rather not deal with. You just have to pick one that you're willing to deal with, to mess with, and just go through with the process. There is no shortcut, unfortunately. If you're here looking for a shortcut to success, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Every single day, we got to pay the price. It's every day we got to pay the price. You know, I wish it wasn't so. You know, I like to be lazy with the best of them, but every single day I have to get up and pay the price. Because if I don't pay the price, you know who's going to suffer? Not the company. The company will eventually find people that want to build it. My family is going to suffer. My finances are going to suffer. My peace of mind is going to suffer. So, you know, I decide every single day to lace them up and go in and play my best. You know, when you take a look at some of the best athletes in the world, they weren't always on the best team. They weren't always playing for the best franchise. Some of them never won a championship, but every single day they showed up and they did what they were supposed to do. They played hard. They put up numbers. They put up numbers. They rebounded hard. They blocked hard. They shot their best, even though they knew their team was not going to make it to the championship. In the same way, there's days where I wake up and I'm like, man, we're not going to the playoffs this year for sure. You know, we're on a little bit of a losing streak here. And every single day, I still have to decide to show up and do my very best to help the team win. So today, we're going to go through our presentation. And no training today, guys, whatsoever. We're just going to go through the presentation, and then we're going to go ahead and get out of here so we can go out there and actually build this business, right? This business is not built inside of this Zoom. This business happens once we leave the Zoom. You know, we can't get motivated for 30 minutes and then like, okay, I did my part to build a business. No, you didn't. You showed up to a Zoom where someone else spoke. That's not building anything, right? So we can't get any business presentation started until we speak about risk. Now, UPcapital is an educational club platform offering access to a network marketing model and exposure to the Forex-based revenue strategies. Now, we're not financial advisors, we're not brokers or an investment firm. Your participation is 100% voluntary and 100% your decision. And your earnings depend on individual effort being the key word, team building, and market performance. Sometimes you can give it a good effort, your team can be building, but if we go through another, rumor of war, another pandemic, then the market is going to do what the market is going to do. One of the best things that I ever did was I picked up a book on investing, and I started learning a little bit about how the most successful investors, how they manage their investment emotions and decisions. And I ran into a book, and in that book they were giving the 10 or 15 rules of investing by Warren Buffett. And Warren Buffett was saying that, if you're going to invest, number one, you need investment capital. You can't invest with your rent money. You can't invest with your child support money. You can't invest with your car note. You can't invest with your cell phone bill. You have to have investment capital. If you don't have investment capital today, that doesn't mean that it's the end of the world for you. It just means it may be the end of this presentation for you, because in order for you to successfully invest, you must be on a path where you're setting money aside consistently to invest. Now, what else did Warren Buffett say? Not only do you have to have investment capital, but you should never put more than 10% of that capital at risk anywhere. That means that if today you do have an investment capital, and say you have $10,000 in that investment capital, you should never put more than $1,000, 10%, at risk anywhere. That includes UPcapital. That also means that if you have $1,000, 10% of $1,000 is only $100. That should be your maximum to invest anywhere if you only have $1,000 in your investment fund. Now, you can follow the rule and save yourself a lot of heartaches and headaches, or you can go ahead and gamble and lose like every other gambler I've ever seen in this space. This space is not really attractive to the gambler, because no one has ever gotten lucky with this. It's all skill. It's all being able to manage your risk and then develop your skills. Now that we heard the most important part of the presentation, and that was, by the way, the most important part of this presentation. Now we can go on to learn more about UPcapital. Here we have our CEO, 30 years of experience. He loves helping startup companies to launch. He's dealt with different sectors in the business environment, technology, finance, manufacturing. He's done some government work. He graduated magna cum laude of Ibero-American University, and he loves to do what he does. And he has a vision for this company. The vision for this company is not to remain the same. It's not to continue to do the same thing that every other company is doing. It's to innovate. It's to disrupt. It's to find the right leaders, to build the right culture, and find the wrong leaders and get rid of them quickly. That's kind of what our job is in the field, to police the field, to make sure that we're creating the proper culture. This is a different environment from your Herbalives and your Amways and your other network marketing companies, because in those companies you need 7 skills. In these types of companies you need 8. That 8th one being the most important, which is risk management. That is a skill. That is a discipline. Most people tend to ignore it, but I'll tell you right now, you do live to regret ignoring the risk factor. Now let's go ahead and talk about what is UPcapital. UPcapital is a next generation club network marketing and fintech platform. Now, UPcapital understands that this isn't the first time that somebody attempts to do what we're doing. And even though I'm not part of the corporate team, I do have communication with them on a daily basis. And I can tell you that the one thing that they don't want to be is everything else. They don't want to be like anything else. They don't want to attract the same old people. They don't want to do the same old way. They don't want to build it the same old way. They want to build it the right way. That's the reason why I'm so attracted to this project. Because for 24 years, I've seen people that have experience doing it completely the wrong way. And I've seen people that could have made a lot more money than me. They went on to the flavor of the month and never to be heard from again. So UPcapital doesn't want to be like anything else. They don't want to be like anyone else. Now, one of the things that makes UPcapital different is the collaboration with ATFX. ATFX is a regulated broker. They have presence in a lot of countries. They have offices in over 20 countries. And this regulated broker has a special collaboration with UPcapital. Now, through the regulated broker, we're able to, number one, have access to institutional grade liquidity and compliance because they're regulated. They have to abide by the law of the land. They also put our money into PAM accounts. If you guys know what a PAM account is, I see someone here named Forex Guru. A PAM account is where they put the money together from their biggest customers and their smallest customers to create just one cluster of money, one pool of money, and be able to have more leverage. So we have access to that. We have access to transparent reporting of where the return on investment is being generated. And it gives us as a community, more trust and more strength, not only in our business model, but also in the financial system. Now, the vision for the company is to, number one, become the most trusted and transparent, profitable company in this space. And the mission is to grow a healthy community. How big is this community going to grow? That's really 100% up to us. If you can stay focused for longer than a week, if you can stay excited for longer than a month, if you can stay committed for longer than 3 months, we're going to see this to pass. We're going to see this come to pass, where one day we're going to turn around and see hundreds of thousands of people participating in UPcapital, and we're going to be able to say that we started this gangster thing, right? That we started this thing. And for those of us who can stick around long enough to see that come to pass, your income and my income is going to be amazing. I can't really tell you numbers because I don't know what you're going to do. But I can tell you the potential. The potential is if you stay here long enough and you don't just participate, but you become part of the reason why this company goes to become a great company, then your reward is just and it's fair. Now, if you're here right now, but then in 6 months we can't find you, or you're doing, your seventh company after you left us, then your reward will also show itself, right? Because life doesn't reward those who give it a month. Life doesn't reward those who give it 3 weeks. Life reward those who have grit, perseverance, use the power of choice wisely, people who can declare their uniqueness to the world and do this in their own unique way, and people who are not afraid. One of the things I learned a long time ago is that scared money doesn't make any money. Scared money doesn't make any money. Whether you've made money in this space before, or you've lost money, or like me, you've done a little bit of both, you got to leave the past in the past. Whatever happened last week, that's last week. It doesn't count. Yesterday's home runs don't count for today's games. Yesterday's goals don't count for today's match. Yesterday's knockouts don't count for today's fights. Is what we do today what matters most? So the question I have for all of you guys is, are you willing? Are you willing to go through the hardship of pretty much giving birth to this company? And if you're a father, I'm a father. So if you've ever seen a birth, it's a painful experience, especially for the mother, right? But it's giving life. So when you're about to give life, you're going to have to push. Man, write that one down. If you're going to give life, you're going to have to push. And when you push, it's going to hurt. But if you're not willing to push, that baby will die inside of you if you don't push that baby out. For some of you guys, that's a direct message. It's time for you to push. That baby's going to die if you don't push. Now, we have 6 different bonuses that we can participate with inside of UPcapital. The first one being 100% passive. It's an attractive bonus, but it's not a life-changing bonus. It's just an attractive bonus. What this daily ROI bonus does is that it allows us to participate in a program where the product itself will go to work for us. That's almost as if I'm participating in a shake company, and the moment I buy the shake, I start losing weight. I will buy more shake, right? It's the same thing here. The moment that you buy your package, that package will go to work immediately and start generating some type of revenue. A little bit or a lot is better than not getting anything from buying a product. So it's a great product because it number one, it catches the imagination of the marketplace. And 2, because, if you're going to participate, you might as well have a product that's making you some type of money. Now, we do have bonuses that can change your life. One of them being the Fast Start bonus. That pays 12% instantly on every direct referral. We have a binary bonus that pays 10% from the volume of your week or team. We have a unilevel residual bonus that pays up to 20% commissions across 7 levels based on your community's ROI bonus, the Monday through Friday bonus. We have ranking bonuses where you can literally participate and be able to earn over $30,000 in bonuses for simply exercising your leadership. And then we have a repurchase bonus every time that one of your team members repurchases their package because they want to continue. You earn bonuses all over again. Now, here are the way that you can participate. We can start with as little as $25, even though we don't see that package here. And that's really for people that say, hey, I was going to come in with 100. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy a $50 package, and then I'm going to buy a $25 one on the left and a $25 one on the right. I'm going to binary qualify myself, and I'm just going to go to work with my $50 package. Because the $25 package to build, it has so many limitations. That's not what you want to do. If you're going to get started to build this thing out with us, at least $50. Now, I can't tell you how much you get started with. Some of you guys are going to get started with $3,000, $7,000, $10,000, even more. Now, the biggest package is $10,000. But if you follow Warren Buffett's rule, then you know exactly where you need to get started. Some of you right now are realizing, man, I don't have a financial fund. I don't have an investment fund. Then, unfortunately, if you were my friend, I would tell you not to participate today. If you don't have some type of investment fund, if you don't have some type of money that you can put to work. If you don't have it, if you're simply here because you're learning, that's great, because you need to be aware of the information before you can change your life. But this presentation is for those who over the past 3 months, 5 months, 3 years, 5 years have had the discipline of setting money aside for investments. Now, depending on your capital, if you do the math based on the rule that I shared with you at the beginning, that'll tell you exactly where you need to start. Now, these are the bonuses one by one. I'm going to fly by them because we already kind of spoke on them. But we have our first bonus is our daily ROI bonus. Depending on the size of your package, you can earn from 0.5% Monday through Friday passively, all the way up to a maximum of 1% Monday through Friday passively, depending on which package you have. So the smaller your package, the less you're going to earn Monday through Friday. The larger your package, the more you're going to earn Monday through Friday. Now, we have a fast start bonus that pays 12% on every single personal sell that you make. In the example that you're seeing here on the screen, you made a sell for $1,000, you earned $120. You made a sell for $2,000, you earned $240. In total, for these two sells, you earned $360. Now, I like this bonus because there's no limit to how many people you can go out there and share this information with, which literally means there's no cap to this bonus. You can earn as much as you want from your fast start bonus. We have a binary bonus that pays you 10% on the volume on your weakest team. And the example that you're seeing, the weakest team is the one to the left. It has 25,000 points. Your stronger team is the one to the right. It has 30,000 points. So 10% of 25,000, that would be a $2,500 bonus for you. We also have a 20%, up to a 20% residual pay down to 7 levels, depending, once again, on your package. You're able to earn from either 1 level or 7 levels of everything that your team is earning inside of the daily ROI bonus. So whatever they earn Monday through Friday, if you have a smaller package up to $500, you're able to earn from everyone that you've invited 7% on whatever they earn on their Monday through Friday bonus. Now, if you have a bigger package, then you can earn more levels and more percentages. This is residual, meaning you don't need any more recruits or any more sales for this to happen. This is based on your existing customer base. Now, we also have our leadership bonuses. If you do the math, from rank number 1 all the way up to rank number 7, that's over $30,000 up for grabs. Now, I like this bonus because it pushes you to go out there and help your weakest team. Because once again, this bonus is paid on the production of your weakest team. So you reach rank number 1 when your weakest team has $5,000 in total production and you earn $500. You reach rank number 2 when your small team adds an additional $10,000. So in total, $15,000, and you earn an additional $1,000 bonus. To reach rank number 3, you need to add an additional $20,000 to your smallest team for a total of $35,000 in volume in your smallest team, and you earn an additional $2,000. And you can see how every rank increases the amount of bonus that you earn. Now, all of our bonuses for building the team or building the company are paid out every single day of the week. The only bonus that's paid out on Saturday is our ROI bonus. It accumulates during the week, and then on Saturday, it gets released for you to withdraw. Now, the minimum withdrawal for any bonus is $25. So if you have $25 in team building activities, then you can withdraw the same day. Or when you get to $25 in ROI or your passive income, Monday through Friday, then you can withdraw that as well on Saturdays. Now, we pay a 5% withdrawal fee, which also helps the company. Right now, the company is getting started. We're going on our third month. So there's not thousands of withdrawals. But if we get it our way, we are going to grow this team to hundreds of thousands of people. And we're going to have thousands and thousands of withdrawals. And every withdrawal kicks back 5% back to the company. There's two different coins that you can use to activate your package. The first one being USDT on the Tron network, and the other one being USDT on the Binance Smart Chain. Why is USDT so important? Number one, it's a stable company. I participated in programs that paid me in Binance Coin, Ethereum, Bitcoin. I participated in a company that paid me in, what was it? Maker. I participated in a program that paid me in other coins. And here, I loved it because when the coin was going up, my commissions were getting bigger. But when the coin was going down, I would ask for a $100 withdrawal. And by the time I got it, it was $100. And the next day it was $80 because the market was bearish, right? So what I like about USDT is that it stays stable. So if you withdraw $100, by the time you get it, you check it in a week, it's still going to be roughly around $100. It's a stable token. Now, here are two different tips for you to have a successful purchase. One, don't generate the QR code until you're ready to pay. The QR code to make a payment is only good for 10 minutes. That's it. So when you have your USDT ready to send a payment, generate the code. The second one is don't just send enough for your package. So if you're buying, for example, the $3,000 package, don't just send $3,000. Send $3,000 and whatever Tron or Binance is charging you for the transaction. So if I'm using Tron, for example, Tron tends to be a little bit more expensive than Binance. So it may be that I'm sending my $3,000 for my package plus an extra $4 for Tron. So I'm sending $3,004. Now, if I'm using the Binance Smart Chain, that one is a little bit less expensive. So I may be sending $3,001 with 80 cents, right? Because it may be less to send it through Binance Smart Chain. That's very important because if you don't do that, then the company wallet only receives partial payments. So then we have to go through customer service, track your transaction down. You're going to have to send a hash and everything else that we don't want to slow down the growth. So if you follow those two rules, don't generate the QR code until you're ready to pay and send your payment plus whatever the network is charging you, you're going to have a smooth purchase. Now, all of our bonuses, the fast start bonus, the daily ROI, the binary bonus, the residual bonus, the ranking, all of the bonuses are meant to help you to get to that 300%, to get to that maximum payment of 300%. For example, if I bought a $3,000 package, 300%, that means that the system is going to allow me to earn $9,000 before they ask me to repurchase. But what's good about that is that when I make those first $9,000, I can literally take my $3,000 completely out of risk. I can then take another $3,000 and call it 100% profit, and I still have $3,000 to repurchase my package, right? So we're happy when people reach 300%. Why? Because now they're out of risk, but now they have to repurchase, and all the bonuses get paid all over again. So our commissions are released daily at 10 a.m. California time or Pacific time and 8 p.m. Pacific time. So if you don't live in California, just simply go to Google or ChatGPT and just, find out what time are these times in your state, in your country, in your region. And the reason why that's important is because you want to set a little alarm, because soon after that, you're going to start receiving your commissions that you withdrew that day. Now, what's the next logical step? You've seen the presentation. You've heard the risk management strategy. Again, as a new friend, follow the strategy. Don't over leverage yourself. Don't go selling your car. Don't go pawn your jewelry. Don't sell your wedding ring. Don't lease your children. Nothing. It's not that type of a business. This is for those who have been preparing themselves to make a move. If you're ready to make a move, then here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick up the phone after the meeting and send the person who invited you a quick number one through text, and that'll tell that person that you want to be a customer. Meaning you only want to earn the passive daily ROI bonus. Now, if you want to build and earn from every other bonus, send the person a number 2. That means to them that you want to build a business. Now, if you want to build a business, here's what you can expect. You're going to do business building activities. That means that business building activities is what? Sharing the information with new people, inviting people to take a look, following up with people, signing them up, and that's not where it ends. Launching them. Launching them is really a step that most people ignore. They expect people, oh, he signed up, he should get going. No, he shouldn't. He doesn't know what the heck he's doing. It's your job as a leader to help him. Help him launch. Meaning tell the person, hey, I know you don't know this business. I know this business. How about you invite some people that I don't know to a Zoom room or to your living room, and I'll show up and I'll share the plan. That way you leverage my skill and I leverage your context, and that's the way that we can work as a team. Now, if today is not a good day because your finances aren't right or you're going through some personal stuff that your timing isn't right, just simply send the person a number 3, and I promise you they won't bother you for at least 3 months. They'll probably call you back in 3 months to let you know how they're doing and to see how you're doing, but they're not going to bother you for at least 3 months if you simply send them a number 3. Now, that is the end of our presentation, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you got enough so that you can make a decision. One thing about decision is that most people ignore how important the power of decision is. But if you take a look at Think and Grow Rich, which is by far the most successful book on how to make money in the world, in the history of the world, and in that book, they wrote an entire chapter on decision. And here's what it says. Successful people make decisions quickly, and it's hard for them to change their mind. Unsuccessful people, they take a lifetime to make a decision, and they're always wishy-washy. Today I'm in, tomorrow I'm not. Today I'm excited, tomorrow I'm not. Today I'm thinking of everything that can go right, tomorrow I'm thinking about everything that can go wrong. No wishy-washy here. Let your yays be yays and your nays be nays. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. We'll see you guys on Saturday for our training, and then next Monday for our next presentation. You guys have a tremendous week. Goodbye.